What is happening? J Gamer Dude here, and I'm going to be talking about, weirdly enough, Xbox, because it's not really something that I talk about too much on my channel, except for when it's generally either bad news or acquisition related or something along those lines. But this time around, we're going to be looking at the Bluey themed Xbox. What console is this exactly? I think that's supposed to be a Series X, I think. But yeah, a Bluey Xbox Series X, and that is kind of cool to see, not gonna lie. And the reason why I'm kind of making this video is not because of the fact that that's, a cool looking design and things like that. It's just that PlayStation has been incredibly flimsy with like plate designs and things like that. Sure, we got a Spider-Man one, but the number of types of Xboxes, Xbox controllers and things like that are coming out. PlayStation hasn't been doing anything of the sort, and that kind of sucks, but if nothing else, it's probably worth just putting a video out to say it would be cool if it did. I think at the end of the day, one of the things that I kind of didn't, or that I really liked about the Xbox brand, was they had their own version of, or well, they have rather, what was that thing called, where you can design your own controllers, something lab. I can't remember what it's called exactly, so I'm pretty sure someone in the comments below is absolutely going to mention it without a doubt. But yeah, the sort of creation lab for controllers and things like that. It would have been neat to have been able to have that for PlayStation, but also I get that like it is actually a more expensive controller if you do design it yourself, and it is made with the same components as the actual main controller. But yeah, it was just something worth putting out there because this Bluey Xbox actually looks really well designed, especially with Bluey's sort of overall like character shape and design in it. I assume, like, say if Bluey was actually here IRL, probably would be about the size of an Xbox Series X. So I think in terms of actual size for a fictional character to be in the real world, probably the closest thing we'd ever get to it. And I think, is this the only one that actually exists in the world? I think adorable cartoon dog made custom, a one of one, so this is the only one in the world. And yeah, again, they've done stuff like pizza centered controllers, which I don't know if that's such a good idea, furry Sonic and Knuckles controllers, which also very questionable, I suppose, in its own right. But the thing is that they're at least more than willing to be experimental with some of these sorts of things, even though some of it is inherently a bad idea and it does grab headlines. Granted, it has nothing to do with like making a good game, which Xbox lacks in every sense of the word, but it's just an interesting thing to look at and be like, what if like PS3 era PlayStation was currently here now and we still had things like Japan studios, if we were getting, different types of PlayStations that looked, or even just plates like PS5 plates that we could just pop on and off as much as we like to our whimsy. And it also does make me kind of think about all of the bad decisions that PlayStation are making at the moment in terms of like what the PlayStation Portal is, what the PlayStation Portal is, their proprietary PlayStation Link technology that is actually being chucked into this as well, and also the idea that they're doing a PlayStation Slim that just doesn't feel like it's worth it. On top of that, how they're doing the whole detachable disc drive. So I feel like you can be critical of something that you love in order to hope that it becomes better ultimately, but I think it's very difficult to see that. So I think maybe, now stepping back and looking at what I've just said to myself, and this microphone that's kind of in my face that you can kind of hear my voice through, maybe I'm just trying to harken back to a PlayStation of old, a PlayStation of yore that is likely to never come back. Which is kind of sad to think about, but ultimately is the reality of things as we kind of see it. Yeah, sure, like we're going, like the current head of PlayStation, Jim Ryan, is stepping down. Who's going to take his place? That is still very much a question that is up in the air, while Hiroki Totoki is interim CEO in his place until they find someone else. It'll be interesting to see who that person is, what they're going to bring to the table, and are they ultimately probably the one question that I want to ask the most. Are they going to be better or worse than who we currently have? I don't know. It's just something to think about. I probably am just splurging on about PlayStation, really, even though this kind of started off with like a sort of a Bluey themed Xbox Series X, and with matching controller, obviously can't forget that. See, themed Xbox Series X with matching controller, boom, there you go. But it does make me wonder, like, what all of this ultimately kind of comes down to. Oh, also, yeah, I suppose while I'm here, I might as well talk about that Bluey episode that Disney refuses to stream, which, if I remember right, was the one about how Bluey and Bluey's little brother, whose name I have completely forgotten, enact the human evolution through both scientific and through scientific and religious themes, sort of parallel to each other. So, you know, like how people were like originally monkeys, then evolved into cavemen, and then now we kind of have who we are. I suppose the evolution of man through the lens of through religious themes, and what's kind of seen in the Bible and things like that, I suppose. So that was what that episode was about. I don't know why, I just saw that and thought maybe I should just mention that as well. But yeah, ultimately, what would like a Bluey PS5 plate look like? It would look cool. I won't deny that. But maybe I'm just kind of going on and on. Random rumbling thoughts here. Yeah, I didn't really have much more to talk about, so maybe we'll just like leave it at that and see how it goes. I don't know if I'm going to put this out as a video, but just in case if I do, hopefully you watch it and sit down and kind of look through it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in everything that I said in the comments below, because I kind of went off on multiple different things. Chuck it all into the comments below, anything and everything, just as much as I did. And yeah, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. I do want my videos to go out to more people. That Bluey, the video game Xbox Series X does look cool. And I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.